Welcome to Raw Babes 101. You guys, we're back in action. Hold on a minute. Stop what everybody's doing. Ready? Take a big deep breath in.
I already blew out.
Let it out. Okay, you guys, stop what you're doing. Relax your shoulders right now. If you're in the car, if you're walking, relax the shoulders. Bring them down. Relax your body. Nothing matters right now. Nothing matters today. Just enjoy this episode. Enjoy what we're going to talk about. Stay present. Stay in the moment. And don't worry, you're going to be okay. Whatever you're going through, whether it's work, relationship, child, divorce, anything, sadness, you name it, you're going to be okay. We love you.
Kristen, that was so sweet.
You know,
girl,
what
a way to open up. And I feel like we should actually do that every fucking episode now.
Well, it's going to be a surprise drop in the hat, so you're not expecting it.
I don't know, because sometimes we just need a reminder. And as soon as you turn on this podcast, it's a reminder that you're doing all the right things, because we are, good job. We are talking about some groundbreaking things sometimes, like with the mountain mover stuff. So
we are actually calling all of you guys now to rise to your call and to step into your power of who you came here to be, because we need you. We need
the world needs you.
The world needs you. And it starts with you. Don't worry about anyone else. Worry about yourself. Mm-hmm. Do your self-care. Lean into all of the magical things, all of the tools that we talk about and share, so that you can rise to the call, activate your God and Goddess within, because we need you. Okay?
This is actually really cool, because I've been coming up with, like, I'm always thinking, how can I step it up in business? Like, how can I really meet the needs of those around me? And it's like, how I have to get, like, creative on how to get the message out. I know, I feel like I'm crooked.
Oh, she was almost just taking it right off.
Ow. So yeah,
we're talking about Tiffany's shirt, by the way, so you guys listening. Her shirt was being moved around, so
it wasn't center, so I was trying to center it. I don't know. You'll see it on the video, I guess. But I was saying that when it comes to this type of work, and how I can show up better for other people, is I think it's like facilitating.
You guys, last episode, her earring came out. When she was talking earlier, the same one came out, but last episode it was the other one?
No, it was this one.
This side. Okay, so it's your left side. So it's something to do with listening. Interesting. So maybe
is that what's coming to you? Because there has been something going on lately that I was going to share. And
well, I would like you to share. I have no idea.
I just think it's really funny that my earring keeps falling out, and this is the second episode this has happened. So
her team is fucking just.
I'm just gonna take out the other one because I look ridiculous.
It looks good. Just start the new trend. I love this. You guys are seeing this live, real time, so we'll find out what the message is for TT. Okay. You have the floor. So
I want to go back to creating the space for people to be a little bit like practice more in their speech and the way that you interact with others. And this is a way to practice, like keep practicing. So in my business, I mean, I can talk about this because it's happening, and I don't need anything written on paper to say that, like, oh, this is the divine, like, exact plan of what I'm going to do. No, it comes with an idea, and it's really with my team, the people that I work with, because I work with multiple people, and then my team is just creating that open forum and talking about what it is that, is holding us up, or maybe topics and what's going on with our lives and our health, and how we can level up in those areas, and almost a level of accountability too, because when you're speaking these things, you're actually putting them into the ethers, and you can't ignore them. Now you're disappointing yourself if you don't take on. Yeah. So it comes all back around to this self-care. And if you watched our live on Instagram, you will see we did a card pull, and the last one that we pulled was C, and it really came down to just taking care of your
morning routine,
but taking care of yourself. Like,
Yeah.
what is it that's going to fill your cup? What is it that's going to step you into that vibration of like, you're confident what you're doing, what you're saying. So that's where we need to step up and show up for ourselves, because
100%.
what our higher power would, our higher self would. Why wouldn't we, like, in the now? So if we can practice these things, and if it means don't just do the thing once in a while. You know how many fucking people that I've talked to that practice spirituality and they're like, oh, I've fallen off.
Or they just put it to the wayside.
And I understand life happens, and we need to create that space for ourselves to heal within ourselves, because if we're always depending on other people to heal, then that gets like, what are you going to do when you're by yourself?
Yes.
You go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And that's when you can turn to substance abuse or anything else that just distracts you from the real issue. So, woo!
This is good. You know what? It just brought me to an image quickly, though.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're open to sharing, remember how we were just talking about it when Tiffany was saying about putting it into the ethers? You were saying about seeing yourself as your higher self, right?
We can all do this.
Yes. So that was the little piece that I thought would be cool to share, because
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
So what does that look like? When you imagine, what type of person would you be if you shed away all the emotion, all the trauma,
Fear.
anything that I can honestly pinpoint exactly the things that's holding me back? I fucking can. And I'm always weeding through the weeds with that. So because I imagine when I'm standing as my higher self, and I always sit, I'm not saying like when I am the one day and chasing like what that looks like, because I'm really honoring the journey that's taking to get there. But when I'm standing in the I am now, that's when the book is getting written around me. And I'm paving the way as my higher self. I'm not waiting to see what it looks like. It looks like now. I am in it now. So I'm seeing everything unfold as my journey goes on. And what do you do to imagine that? Well, I wouldn't be afraid to say this, and I wouldn't be afraid to do that. And I want to see the world, and I'm going to take away my fear of flying, or
Right.
like, what is it? Like, what is the thing that's holding you back?
Right.
And it's like hypnosis. Ooh. Love this topic. But we're going to talk more about that in our paid.
We'll talk
We just
more.
kind of, okay.
There's too many things. Let's just say too, like, for instance, Tiffany and I put out into the ethers, we were talking about 2 episodes ago that she's not able to, go see her family. Well, guess what? June 20th, jump on a plane, because you know what? It's opened up.
Okay.
But just so you guys know, you still could have and can go. You just go across Peace Arch. But I'm just showing the way that positive energy and vibration and things are going, to just keep trusting and putting away the I can't, because we can. We can do a lot if you put your back into it. We can do it, put your back into it. I can do it, put my ass into it. Actually, let's put Tiffany's ass into it, because it's a whole lot more. It's awesome.
And this is my health and fitness journey, and this is another reason why I want to do like a safe forum to talk about these things, is that my journey is not looking perfect, and I'm actually the heaviest I've ever been, but I've been the happiest I've ever been, and honoring that rather than
who you are today. In this moment, loving yourself exactly as you are. And
I have more boob. That's the greatest part.
Some more
more booty.
But I
More booty.
I was definitely not highlighting or saying anything about your body by talking about your butt, by the way. Your butt is
it's just naturally
awesome. So just so you know, don't ever think that I was saying.
You could tell where my head was at. Like, yeah. I know, but not because I think any less of myself. No. I'm just really inspired right now. And
what are you inspired by?
I just feel like this, like, I got a fire under me right now. Like when we're talking about the flights, And like I had, it literally punched me in the face so hard. My daughter and my husband and my father-in-law all went to North Carolina recently for my daughter's lacrosse, and she's not vaxxed, and that's not there's no room for discussion on why. There's no reason to justify it. She just is not. And we were so afraid what that was going to look like going to North Carolina. Okay,
And?
so it was smoother than soft butter.
See? High five.
Are you fucking
See,
kidding
I've been
me?
telling everybody, every
the
single
fuck?
person. I'm like, you guys, there's no issue. You can travel wherever you want to travel.
It was
effortless.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, and she has a document that she needs to, like, says she's supposed to quarantine. This is the facts, guys. I'm telling you. It says right on the documentation where you're supposed to sign and like hand it in to like test after you've arrived and make sure you don't have COVID.
Okay.
Well, fucking, it says if you do not, or basically only fill this out if you have symptoms of COVID.
Exactly.
If you've been tested for COVID and it came back positive. If you're around anybody that had it.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Blah,
They
blah,
don't,
blah.
They don't care.
All checked off. No, absolutely not. Everybody's
Good.
good health, everybody's fine. It's like it was way easier of a process than like I anticipated
And the fear in front of it.
And I hit such an emotional roller coaster, you know, within myself, not being able to see my family. Like,
you can see your family and could have the entire time. And that's just why I'm grateful for this platform, for everybody else to know that there's always a way, and don't always believe what you hear or see. Fucking do your research yourself or try yourself.
Because like at the end of the day, if you go to cross the border, I don't know, it's not like anybody's heard of like all of a sudden you're going to jail for trying to see
if you can go across the
no,
it's all good. Let go of the fear. And we talked about this on our last episode about being judged or rejected. That's probably what the fear is, opposed to anything else. Or being like, oh, I look stupid. Well, you know what? There's no such thing.
Not really. I know.
Quick thing on the huge strawberry full moon that happened on the 14th. Obviously, that time is going to be past. But I did want to share. Actually, should I share it now or on the next one?
Well, what is it about?
Okay, I'm sharing it.
Well,
okay.
Does it have to be the whole thing?
Okay.
Every little nibble?
It's not really that. It's not. Okay. Just go. So basically, you guys, this is the cool, exciting thing is June 21st, we have summer solstice!
You're such a nerd.
I know. I get so excited.
The 21st, you said?
No.
Oh.
Yes, the 21st to September 22nd. What I just found out about this, okay, the sun reaches its highest and northernmost point in the sky. And that is why they say when summer starts. But I just found this out. According to meteorologists, they don't say that. They believe summer starts from June 1st to August 31st. The astronomers believe summer starts on June 21st to September 22nd because they are choosing for the sun. My belief, and everybody can choose their own, absolutely I'm going to go with the sun because the sun is dictating it all. And if it's at its highest most point and the most northern point, it means it's going to be the lightest. So that, of course, is when it starts. Another quick thing that I didn't know, every year it changes. So it's not a matter of the date. It's a matter of when the sun is physically at the northernest part. Yeah, that's a word. Is it? Yes. No, northernmost.
Oh.
Northernmost. So I learned that. Summer solstice is coming. This is an exciting time. Actually, I'm going to share that on the other part.
Okay.
And what else was I going to say? Don't worry. We need to start putting in the frequency, the positive energy to our
collective.
and to the universe for bringing in sunshine. Because if we just are like, oh, it's always raining and blah, blah, what are we calling in? Not a whole lot of sunshine. So let's switch our perspective. Right now it is sunny outside. It did just rain before.
I have to say I've done a couple rain dances, and someone told me a rain dance was actually a call in rain.
Oh.
And anytime I've done it, I've called in the sun and...
Trust and use your discernment, because for you it may be different. Just like for some people, summer may start June 1st.
Well, it all starts with intentions, right? Like, what is the intention?
Exactly.
Putting it out there.
And that is your intention, is to do a rain dance to call in the sun. So let's call it in. My grandmother, actually, Mama, she orders sun for us. Like, it's been a thing since I was born. Since I could ever remember, it would be like, Mama, can you order sunshine for my birthday? Or Mama, we're having a barbecue. She's like, don't worry, I already ordered it. And that's, again, intention and power. So
that is the cutest thing ever.
I know. So I always knew as a young child, she would talk to her mom who had passed, Mola, who is my guardian angel, and she would be like, okay, Mom, let's have some sun. It's intention.
Yep. Absolutely.
Right? What you focus on expands, motherfucker.
100%.
Is there anything else that you wanted to add to this? I thought there was a story. Are you saving that story?
I did have a couple stories.
For the subscription, because we're already at 16:33, motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, I've been getting like these headaches. I was going to share about that.
Okay.
But then we also had this really funny incident that happened last night that it was like, I have to share it. I'm going to share that. I'll talk about my headache thing after, because I could probably talk a little bit further along and we only have a few minutes. So anyways, I texted Kristen this morning and I was like, because we had a really wide open window of time that we could get a lot of work done, but I didn't get much sleep last night. And I texted her this morning as to my reason why. And she just reiterated to me why.
So I said to her, Tiffany comes in and she's like, yeah. And she's explaining about like this headache. And I was like, oh, is that because of the few beers you had last night? Oh. And she's like,
no. I'm like, did you get my text? She's like, yeah, you had beer.
I'm like, yeah, you texted me that you haven't had much sleep because you had a few beers. And I'm thinking, awesome way to show up for raw babes. And here I'm not judging, and I'm go with the flow. This is me. I'm like, no problem. Come at 10:30. It was great for me. Got to do more of my self-care. Anyhow, so Tiffany's like looking at me like, beers.
I got home way too late to have beers last night. For one, Charlie, my daughter, had a lacrosse game, and Cohen had lacrosse practice. Everything ended late. It was kind of hard to wind down because we had a very eventful day yesterday. And two, I've been dealing with this headache. So it's been really uncomfortable. And anyways, Dave and I are laying in bed and we're just trying to just calm our bodies and our minds so we can just sleep. Goddamn.
Just kidding.
We tried that. It still didn't work.
Oh my God. That would have helped.
So we're laying there, and then all of a sudden, we sleep with our window open, and we hear, because right now we have our golf clubs on our deck right now because I've been golfing in my backyard. I put a little green.
That's so awesome.
A green putting green, and then I got a driving net, so I'm like doing that in my spare time. And so we hear the golf clubs kind of falling on the deck, and I was like, well, maybe they just fell over. And so it just they kept moving. And
you can hear those, like, the golf club rattle. Where it's like,
yes.
Bang, 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 bang.
And so Dave's like, Cohen. And Cohen was because I thought maybe Cohen moved them and he was on the deck. Because like we have our deck's like another living room. Like it's like very comfortable, and it would surprise me.
There's a TV, there's a couch, there's a table, there's exercise stuff. You can do it. It's another room.
So I thought for sure it was Cohen. No, the kid was in the shower because he just had practice, And the golf clubs keep moving. And so Dave jumps out of bed and opens the door, and there's no one there. And like Nova, our pit bull, is like our little guard dog, and he's like, get him. This is all I hear, get him. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? I look out our bedroom blinds, and we put up a pool now, and there's a space between our wall and our pool, and you can literally walk around the whole thing. And I now hear Nova creating a growl I've never really heard from her before. And I look outside, and now I see this huge black, which I thought was like a large dog.
Oh my God.
It was a motherfucking bear.
Black bear! Big Daddy!
And I can still hear Dave going, get him, what the fuck? He thought it was a person. So now Dave's running towards this person with a golf club, and he doesn't really, Dave needs glasses. He can't see things as clearly, and he's now running towards this bear. And it couldn't get out of my yard fast enough.
The bear.
It lost its shit. Because we have a gate at the top of our stairs, and then grass, and then our neighbor's fence. The bear saw the stairs to go up, and it realized there was a gate, and it was shut, and he's like, I could just see him going, the fucking gate's shut. Oh my God, now what?
Oh my God. Poor bear.
I actually felt bad for the bear, and I'm yelling at
God.
Dave's like, don't run towards the bear. He's like literally 2 feet away from the bear.
Oh my gosh.
And so Dave and Nova, it was just.
So what happened? How did the bear get out?
It really struggled getting over our low fence. It's like a gated fence to gate the grass area. But man, when it got to that back gate, it literally leaped and gone.
Wow.
It was so afraid.
So if you have a bear, call Dave. He'll be coming over with his fucking
Well,
golf.
this is the beauty part about having dogs. It's like, I don't ever imagine, like Nova, she's been my guard dog a few times. And she doesn't go, they're smart. They're not going to get in the way of the animal, but they know what they need to do to scare it.
Yeah, to be like, get out
this
of here.
is my territory.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
100%.
And so she's just so good for that, because that's not the first time she's done that for our family.
Well, the bear was wanting to have a little golf game. Do you
Okay,
fucking
this
blame
is
it?
the weird part, is he literally took the golf clubs down the stairs.
Yeah, he was ready to play golf.
And it was my husband's golf clubs, and he just got new clubs, and my bag was sitting in front of his bag.
Wow.
So the bear threw my clubs, because they're just obviously wasn't up to standard, and took my husband's bag and started taking it with. That's why he thought it was somebody robbing us. He's like, someone's taking my clubs.
Taking my clubs. This is amazing. It's so crazy because it's messed up, because I heard late at night, all of a sudden, this dragging across the backyard, and it's 3 a.m. and I wasn't sleeping. I was meditating. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, my dad is definitely not putting on the vacuum or anything. So I walk outside the door, and there's a fucking raccoon taking the actual where you press play, to start the vacuum, and it's taking it with him. And it's taking it away. And I'm just like, buddy, you can't eat that shit. What are you going to do with it? So I open up the thing, and he just looks at me, drops it, and goes. It's like, what?
That's so funny.
And I would, what you need to do is look up black bear for your spirit animal, which we're going to do, and we should share on the next episode, because
that's interesting.
It's really cool. It's just that energy. So it's something about strength, courage. I already know. I just got it.
And he wants
strength,
to
courage,
golf on my backyard.
Yeah.
He literally wanted to golf. I don't blame him. It's such a fun little spot.
You have a new friend. And it's funny, because actually after I dropped off Charlie, Cassius's little friend, I'm driving home, and a black bear ran across right in front of me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, black bear energy.
Yeah, we got lots of
strength.
black bears.
Yeah, we sure do.
But we don't, honestly, we do not want to approach them, and we do not want them to get used to like that type of interaction. And the problem is that they get too comfortable, and then they have to get euthanized.
Hey, maybe we want to have, maybe they
I wanna
want to
avoid that
come and live
completely.
with us now.
Well, I don't think that bear's interested in learning anything about humans or dogs.
It was getting the fuck right out of there.
Good.
Okay, so we're 25 minutes in. So
Perfect.
we're gonna end this on that note of the Berenstain Bears. TT and the Berenstain Bears.
Signing off. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.